Hey everybody, we're back. It's Chris and Paul. We're like the mosquitoes that don't die. We just show up. Sometimes we're annoying, sometimes we'll bite you, but we're still here, and we're happy to be here. Paul and I are the anti boredom people. We want to keep everything alive and going, so we want to eradicate any kind of sour pusses. And
Sour
I'm
pusses.
yeah,
They're
when's the
out.
last time you used that word? My mother used to say that, a sour puss. I'm like, who says that
Doesn't it
anymore?
feel dirty?
It
I,
does. It
right?
does.
Like I never liked saying pussy willow when I was a kid, like that just doesn't. I've never called a cat a puss, like Puss in Boots. It's not, it's derogatory.
See, when I was growing up and you said pussy willow, I never thought about that being nasty. We actually thought it was like a plant, but
It is a
guys
plant.
see,
It's a
I
nice little
know,
plant. It's got
but
nice fuzzy
guys,
little,
yeah, okay.
you
Yeah,
get it.
okay.
It's appropriately titled.
Well, we've got some good vents.
Soft
The show is
fuzzy.
titled today, everybody just stop and listen to me, which is a mantra I have in my house most of the time. Doesn't always work, but so that's the title of the show. We've got some really good vents about guys getting directions, noisy neighbors, and a do not disturb sign, which I haven't heard these yet. So I'm curious to see what these are about. But that's what we got lined up. You ready,
Boom.
Paul?
Let's rip into it.
Let's rip into it.
Let's
Loretta,
snap
what
into
do
a Slim Jim.
yeah, let's do it, Loretta.
Okay, here's what's up next. Ladies, why can't we give our boyfriends or husbands directions when driving? Yes, we have GPS, but my husband does not want to hear my input and does not want to use GPS, so most of the time we are lost. Even on the rare occasions he uses GPS, he still doesn't want to hear my suggestions because he hates being told how to get somewhere. What is up with that? I find this to be a male problem. Signed, always lost.
Paul, is it a male problem?
That's a him problem. That's a him
Uh-huh.
problem. You know what? This sounded like a male problem 20 plus years ago, but with GPS in your phone, it's free. You don't even have to subscribe. It's just right there. I'll tell you, I think regularly how funny it is that I use GPS for places I know how to get to.
What?
Of course, I use it. See, Gary gets it, and maybe this is the male divide. We want to know the best way to get there now. We live in LA. There's a lot of traffic here, so maybe it's faster to take the 101, or maybe it's faster to shoot Coldwater Canyon and go over the hill through the back roads. So, like, it's like I want to know how to get there at this right now. I want to know the best way.
Yeah,
So I use GPS everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere I go.
but Paul, I think what you're saying too is depending on the time of day,
Yeah,
like, right? Because you can go to the same place at 10 o'clock in the morning in Los Angeles and get there in 20 minutes. Then it's
correct.
3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's when you use your GPS, right? When you
Yeah.
know that it might take forever. You don't always need the GPS.
No, but I
It's only
mean,
when it's a time constraint.
yeah, when it's a time constraint, yeah, I just want to know what traffic is advising at this point. What's going to be the shorter path. Yeah, if it's at night, maybe I wouldn't use it. But Chrissy, I'd almost venture to say, is it almost kind of like we all used to remember each other's phone numbers? And then once we started saving the numbers in the phone, like I only know like two or three phone numbers. I don't really know everyone's phone number anymore. And I used
Yeah.
to have to memorize that. Now, like, say shit, even if I'm going like to Burbank, I don't always know if I know the best way. So like I'll hit GPS. I wonder if I don't really know where I'm going because I don't want to take up memory in my hard drive, like I can just hit GPS and be like, just tell me, like I got other things to think about. My brain's not going to mush. I just don't want to allocate long-term memory. How do I get to Flappers in Burbank? I think I know. I kind of know. GPS allows me a daydream. Gary says, sound engineer Gary, it allows him a daydream. Exactly. Exactly. But
Daydream? You're driving for God's sakes.
driving takes very little focus. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Come on. I say that I'm going to crash today. No, I mean, you got to pay attention to the road, but like you want to minimize the things that take more energy while doing it.
I will say this when I'm driving with my husband, and sometimes the GPS is wrong. Like, haven't you ever had that where at the last minute it switches to, oh, that's the exit you're supposed to take? That's happened to me multiple times. And I'll say to my husband, this is the exit, but the GPS hasn't switched yet. And I'll
Let me
say,
ask you. Oh,
what?
go ahead. Are you using Apple Maps?
I'm using Google Maps.
Really?
Yes.
Google Maps has been very reliable for me. I'm not going to say that they
Oh,
like pay me and they can do no wrong. Apple Maps, last I knew, was a flaming pile of garbage, and I have no use for it. I've heard it's better now, but I use Google Maps even on
that's what
my
I
iPhone.
use.
And really, they screw you on the thing, huh?
Oh my God. I was just going
On
to
the
the
exit.
west side to my dentist, and it's happened to be again at the very last minute, it switched. And I'm like, oh, and I missed it. And I
Were
say to
you
my
smoking
husband,
weed though?
what?
Were you smoking pot, Chrissy?
No.
Because
But
it
I
might have just
say,
felt like the last minute.
but we get into a fight. He's like, leave it alone. Like, GPS has got it. Like, no, it isn't. And I remember back in the day when there wasn't GPS and you
Oh,
would offer suggestions, you know, like, I think this is the right way. I don't know if it's a macho thing. I'm not sure what it is, but men cannot take directions from a woman. Come on, face. I am right about this. There's something
yeah.
inherently wrong with a man that cannot take directions from a woman. My husband will go, I got it, I got it.
Well,
Okay.
Lewis and Clark, they were both men, right? I don't think either of them were women. Amelia Earhart, she was a woman. She didn't get there. You know,
What's your point,
she
Paul?
didn't, I think we don't even know where she fell. You know what I'm
What's your
saying is
point?
that in the history of female,
Oh, come on.
yeah,
Come on.
I would love to see, I just would love to see where men are probably drawing this empirical evidence from. I don't think women, you were the gatherers. You didn't travel far from the cave. Men had to go out, you know, and make their way back.
Well, what's that got to do with the GPS? You're
Well,
saying we don't need
no,
GPS?
no, I say that we all should use GPS now. But I think prior to GPS, it was always kind of a cliche that men didn't listen to women for directions. And I'm not going to say a woman was never right. I'm not going to say that.
Oh, God. Thank God we're not in the same room. Not good.
No, I mean, hey, I'm from New England. I used to try to drive in and out of Boston without GPS back in the day, and you
I know,
can't
me
do it.
too.
No, yeah, it's impossible. You can't do it. Even with GPS. So yeah, I mean, I do think men used to have a stigma. We wouldn't listen to women before. Probably 80% of the time that was a valid approach, which made it overall a valid approach. But and we should
Not
all be using
anymore.
GPS. And there's no masculinity, femininity. I think we should all use GPS. If this listener is saying that her husband doesn't use GPS. That's a stupid move.
You know what? I don't want to use my GPS. I want to use my brain so I know what I'm doing. I don't like to rely on that. Just like I try to remember phone numbers and not rely on my cell phone to look up something. I think we're all
Yeah.
getting too soft
How
and
far do you go with a calculator though? Like, do you use a calculator or do you got a pen and paper and do like 3-digit multiplication?
well, I use a calculator.
See? Where's the line? But it sounds like for you, you have intent and purpose. You intentionally want to keep the brain strong. Some people do
Right.
Sudoku, some people do crossword. You know, you want to, okay. So like you understand that there's an inherently probably greater value in efficiency to use the technology, but you want to keep your brain sharp, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, basically.
So our listeners should just be glad that her husband is less likely to get dementia because of the unnecessary work he puts his brain through. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe that's what he should clarify to her. Hon, you want me
Uh,
to get like babbling and start repeating my stories all the time and shit? Fine,
well,
I'll use GPS and my brain will go to mush. Have you ever gotten into an Uber and because you thought they just seemed sketchy, you run your own
Yes.
GPS in the
Yep.
back? And is there anything more unnerving than when you forgot your GPS still has the voice on and it's like in 1 mile, turn right. And you're like, oh
Right.
no, now he knows I'm undermining him entirely.
That's
It just gets
horrible.
so awkward. Yeah, now you feel like a piece of shit. And you're like, oh, my bad. I don't even know what that is. I just think you look like a sketchball.
Have you been in an Uber, a driverless Uber?
No, the Waymo?
Yeah.
No, have you?
Okay. I was behind one and they're kind of a creepy looking car, but no, I haven't been
Those
in
are a
one.
Jaguar.
Yeah, it's a Jaguar. But they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
these the
Yes,
lights. Yeah, everything's there's a
it
thing on
is.
the very strange looking car. And then when I pulled next to it, I'm like, whoa, it's driving and there's nobody in the driver's seat. It's weird.
It looks like like what people in Hollywood used to think robots would look like
Yeah.
if they were like people. Like there's something spinning on the head and like little
Yeah.
like oh, yeah, it's like a 50s robot, but
Oh, and I
it's
will.
real.
Speaking of robots, and then we can move on to the next event. When
Yeah.
I was on the West Side, they had those robots that deliver food.
Aren't
Have you
those
seen it
weird?
with the eyes? Yeah.
Yeah,
It didn't, it was coming right at me. I'm like, I had to get out of the way. Doesn't this thing know how to turn?
it's
Who the
supposed
hell?
to.
I mean, what?
Yeah, it's supposed you should have taken a hit in the knee and cashed in.
I'm like, I want to push this thing over and let it fall over on its like a bug on its back so it
Yeah.
can't move. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I think they give it those round lights to make it look like eyes, so it looks like a person, so you feel weird
Oh,
striking it.
I,
That would be my guess, because I'm sure a lot of people just have a natural repulsion to, you know, uh, things that are what do you call it, like unmanned technology. It's bizarre.
it's bizarre.
It's
Yeah.
definitely bizarre.
Anyway,
I took a picture and recorded those like the first 10 times I saw them. After a while, I'm like, I have footage of this. And I don't even send it to anyone, but it's just so mind-boggling.
yeah, I agreed. Agreed. All right. Should we move on to the next vent?
Let's do it,
Lay it on us, Loretta.
Loretta.
I live in New York, and the building next to mine is so close that I hear someone's alarm go off at
Oh,
4 a.m. Now I'm up and can't go back to sleep. Then I hear this person take a shower and sing and then leave for work. I don't know how to fix this problem.
we've had a vent like this before.
Have we? This is
Yeah.
shit. I feel terrible. I think the worst part is the singing. Like once in a while in my building, I'll hear someone whistle, and I'm like, what kind of asshole whistles in a world as up and down as ours? You know what I mean? You get people starving, you get famine, you get fires, people have real problems. You're so killing it. You're in such a good mood. You have extra energy to whistle and remind us all how good your life's going. That should be a strongly punishable offense. I think. I don't know. I think you should be able
Paul,
to like a fun noodle hit them at least, like at least something soft. What?
would you say you're a happy-go-lucky person or would,
Absolutely not.
yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm a reasonably balanced individual. I see what's going on. I often compare life to like a burger comprised of like Wagyu Kobe beef and shit. And it's like in the same patty. And,
God, that's,
and when someone tries to
oh,
tell you how good it is, they're like, I get this Wagyu burger, you should eat it. And you're like, yeah, but there's shit in that. And they're like, no, but you're focusing on the wrong part. And I'm like, but they're ground together. It's in the same bite. How the fuck? I don't want any of that. And they're like, no, you're just negative. No, I'm not negative. You have a shit burger in your hand. You're like, well, you're looking at the glass half empty. Well, you know what? You're looking at some really bad breath, is what you are. You know what? I don't think I like your idea of a good time. Uh,
oh my
that's how I see life.
God.
And it's just our job to sift in between the individual little grounds and try to find like three pieces of Wagyu together without hitting shit again. Is that too dark?
Uh, just a little. Uh, but we digress from our venter. He needs help. He
He
wants
doesn't want a
to,
shit burger? Well, but he's got a shit burger. This is a prime example of a shit burger. There are people in this world who would kill for an indoor apartment with four walls, a dry roof, indoor plumbing, hot water, an oven that could cook and a stove to heat up. You know what I mean? He is living the life. You go to like South America, you go to parts of Africa, whatever, people would kill for this. And what's he upset about? Knowing that he has community, that there are people nearby, that there are others that remind him he's not alone in this world. This is all good things.
So,
That's how you could look at it. But the truth is, I have thought many times about how I would like to slowly torture my neighbor for having a subwoofer and knowing that it interferes on my life. And this is the only place in the whole world where I can have what I would think would be privacy. I pay monthly to have four walls of the only spot on this planet where I should be able to be alone in peace and quiet. And that guy, he impedes on it. And that should allow me to beat him, like tie him to a chair and just beat him until he understands the wrong of his ways.
Jesus.
But I can't. I fucking can't. So where are we? Are we like the South American who's excited about running water, or are we the James Bond torturer who, executes his way on somebody who should learn social decency?
So you're telling this venter that he should do something violent to his neighbor?
No, that it's understandable that he wants to. I'm sure he wants to, but he's got to just find the balance. And what he's got to do, unfortunately, what he's got to do, and it's not necessarily unfortunate, he's got to dig in. He's got to have some real plans for his future. He's got to make some real money so that he can use money for its greatest value. Money's greatest value is separation from others. That's one of the greatest things, good food and nice travel. And even with travel, it's the ability to separate from others. I'm going to go see some people and then I'm going to leave. You ever notice that people love to see pictures of nature, right? Just like a beautiful sprawling hillside. You know why it's beautiful? Because there's no one in it. No one. You put one house on that sprawling hillside and you're like, ugh, all right, maybe one farmhouse that I could imagine living there. You put two houses, now it's a subdevelopment. You get traffic. This is bullshit.
So what are you telling this venter to
Make some
move?
money. Yeah, make some money. And as George Jefferson did with his family, move on up, baby, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. He's got to get a penthouse. That's what he's got to do. And then the only piss that's coming down on anyone came from your place. No one
Oh,
else.
for
You don't have
God's
to, no,
sake.
you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. That's what you got. He's got to make more money and live better. And you know what? This is what I tell myself when I get annoyed. I currently have a neighbor upstairs. We all got new dishwashers because they kind of all broke at the same time. Now I hear his dishwasher kick through the cycles. And I thought there was something wrong with it. Maybe like the feet were unbalanced or something. And I'm like telling the building, I said, you got to go fix this shit. Go do something about his, you installed it wrong. It's no big deal, but you got to go fix it. I realized, you know what? I don't think they did. I think it's just a super cheap dishwasher. They make them like empty friggin' tubs now, and they're just loud. I need to make more money, and I need to move. That's what I gotta do.
What
That-
about what about knocking on the neighbor's door
yeah,
and just saying, "Look, Paul,
yeah.
it's the walls are thin. Do you mind, if you're going to sing, I'll give you a playlist, one of my favorite songs. If you really need to sing, you could sing some of my songs, or you could not sing and just know that the walls are so paper thin that I hear everything you do. Everything." So he knows everything.
I mean, I'm with you, Chris. If that were all they wrote in about was the singing, then yes, I would go next door and I'd be like, "Hey, I brought a couple coffees. I wonder if you had a few minutes, you could explain to me how the fuck you see life so happy that you have time and energy and happiness in you to sing. I don't know anyone who sings, and I think it's bizarre. Would you explain to me what guru lifestyle you lead that allows you to have this? Because I want to write a book about you, and we can both go somewhere. If it were just the singing, but it's like, didn't he say like the shower? He knows when they shower. What are you gonna do?
He hears everything.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You say don't shower anymore? I don't like the way you shower. Then you sound like a psycho.
But he could,
He's got to move. He's got to make more money and move.
okay, Venter, if you hear us, that's Paul's way of finding a solution. Just get the hell out of your apartment, make more money, all these simple ways of fixing the problem.
I mean, what's he gonna do? But hey, can you only shower when I'm asleep? I go to bed at 10, I get up at 6. Can you shower at a time that I'm not falling asleep or just waking up? I'm dead of sleep. Can you only shower from 1 to 1:30 ideally? Would you
I,
mind?
I hear what you're saying, but I
What
don't, maybe, yeah, there's no solution at this point.
I want to know, I would love it if this venture could write in and tell us the top 3 ways that they intend to make more money. That's what I want to
Okay.
know.
How about earmuffs?
Sure. That would work, Chrissy. But then you're living your life in an apartment you pay money for every month and have to wear earmuffs.
I know.
But you're
Yeah.
right. No, but I mean, in all reality, you have the realest answer. You have the shortest, most immediate solution.
Yeah.
Making more money is going to take time. Hoping that this neighbor trips and falls and can't move for 3 days or something. You know what I mean? Like that's going to take time. Like just tossing banana peels in their apartment when they're not home. It's not a reliable solution. Your earmuffs are right. Your earmuffs are right.
I am stumped and
What?
I don't know what to tell you. Loretta, help us out here. Go.
Stop using DND or do not disturb on your cell phone. People need to be connected at least from 9 to 5 every day. Unless you are representing Jesus Christ and have many appointments throughout the day, why don't we all just stay connected?
What do you think of that, Chrissy? I see your
I don't
face.
want to stay connected.
I agree.
I don't want to stay. I don't want to have people. I don't want to carry my cell phone everywhere. I just like sometimes to be by myself, put the phone away, technology away. I don't want to be connected. I want to sometimes meditate, go for a walk. No, I disagree with this venter. DND, first of all, I'll never even use that. Do you use that? Do not disturb?
No, I don't.
I don't even know where it's on my phone, for God's sakes.
It's a set. Chelsea uses it at night,
Oh,
but and a lot of people do at night. It's when your phone goes to voicemail after one ring.
oh.
But so for one thing, let's be real, Venter, we love you for listening to us, but that's a very biased opinion that most people clearly don't share. If you're having a problem that a large percentage of the people you call send you directly to voicemail, that could be a personal thing. They maybe don't like you. You like people who don't like you back is probably what's going on, which makes sense that you're here because everything must piss you off. So we probably help you to alleviate a lot of pent up vent. Yeah, I would say improve your personality.
God. Where do you come up with this stuff?
Nobody wants to hear this person when they call. Clearly, no one has this problem. Nobody has this problem. Everyone they call is on Do Not Disturb between the hours of 9 and 5 on weekdays. That's not real.
I
That's very personal. You've been blocked. You're on personal. People are pissed off when you call and they avoid you
so they
because
put
you can have the net effect of DND. If you hit not the volume down, but like the power button when somebody first calls you, it shuts it off real quick, sends them to voicemail after one ring. That's actually what's happening.
so DND is not that silence thing you see when you're
No.
texting. Okay. I never use it. Okay.
Well, you mean on the side of your phone, that actual
Yeah.
physical button? Yeah. No, that's just turning your ringer off. That's just putting it on silent. That's for you. It's still when people call you, it's still going to ring in their ear. But no, DND means that when you call somebody, it either goes directly to voicemail or maybe one ring. I think it goes directly to voicemail. Actually, yeah, it goes directly. So people are either hitting the button so fast, or maybe this person only has two friends. I don't know. But here, I will give you an out, and this is where you'll find out what your friends think of you. I thought everybody knew how to circumvent the do not disturb. If you call somebody, it goes directly to voicemail. You hang up and you call right back, and it breaks through the new do not disturb, and it'll
Okay.
ring. Yeah, because then Apple's giving you the opportunity to cut through on like an emergency sort of situation. To just hang up and call again, real
Okay.
quick, like within 10 seconds or something.
Okay.
And if they pick up and they're like, "Oh, hi, Greg. Hey." My phone was on DND because I'm doing something important. What can I help you with? You know what I mean? Like then you feel them out. And if they're like, hey,
Do you have friends, Paul?
I do, yeah, because
You
I
do?
know how to, yeah, I know how to manage relationships. I don't get stuck on DND between 9 and 5, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
People get excited when I call.
Really?
Fucking kidding me? Yeah, it's about supply and demand. I don't oversupply.
This was a
What?
weird vent. I mean, do not disturb.
This person's a leech.
What?
This person is a social leech. They call people too much. They call too often. They want to hang out too often. And they have no life. If we're being real,
S- Okay, okay, Dr. Roseberry. So
I'm telling you.
she's codependent?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. We're going to make this venter like lose her mind. We're going to have to move on because it sounds like she's got some kind of mental issues and she probably doesn't.
She might. I love that you already assume she's a woman.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Touche. That's fair.
But I do that with a lot of these because it's in Loretta's voice. So I do that too sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. This
I don't
person
know.
should just ask. She should ask the friend who she thinks she has the best relationship with, but also has her on D&D. She should be like, look, can I just be honest? Can I ask you a really honest, real question for my own good? Like, yeah, sure. I notice that when I call you and before you answer, I notice when I call you, it seems like your phone's on do not disturb a lot during the day. I also feel like most of the people I know, their phones, a disproportionate to society number of people I know have their phones on do not disturb. I can't imagine this is how society functions. Is it me? And I'm open to criticism. I'm open to
Okay.
you know what I mean? And I think she should ask. Like start with your closest friend who you trust the most and then work your way down. And I think you're gonna get some answers that'll help you in your life.
Because we're certainly not helping her with her life.
We've given her thousands of dollars worth of therapy in this one short vent.
Okay.
She might get a bill from the Ventthis team. She should. Or even better. You know how I think real education should be rewarded? It should be paid for after it worked. And I think if this person listens to what we've just said and takes action on it and her life improves and she finds she's better relationships and miraculously fewer people are on D&D during the day during the week, then she should make some sort of a gift to the Vent This Foundation that we are.
Do
We
we
like
have one?
sandwiches. No, but just us. She could write in and be like, I want to buy you guys sandwiches. I want to send you guys a pie
Oh my,
because you've improved my life.
or not. I think we should just start telling people to look us up on
We need
YouTube.
comments, Chrissy.
Oh
We don't have
yeah, I
comment.
always
Good
forget to
God
give them
Almighty!
time.
Don't short our
Oh,
listeners.
you're right.
They
You're
come
right.
here to be
Oh,
filled.
all right, I got him here. Sorry.
Bring on the
I,
Wagyu, Chris.
I'll never eat a hamburger again. All right,
There we
comment
go.
number one. Where the hell do you get these nut job vents? There are a lot of weird people in this world, and are they all Americans? Makes me satisfied and relieved that I'm not the only one, lol. Okay, me, I don't know where they come from, but we just get weird vents. What can I say?
But that last line is what we're here for. That last line is what we're here for. Makes me feel better about what do you say about myself in this crazy world, basically?
Yeah, he's not alone. He's weird too.
That's what the vent is about, baby. Because you see on this episode and on many, we'll rip on the venter. We're not biased. We don't just
Yeah,
automatically agree with you because you listen. We'll tell you we think you're the crazy one. But
yeah.
nonetheless, we also share being the person who's crazy. I'm the one who's crazy all the fucking time. Like I'm the jerk. I'm not. I should be the vent E instead of the ventor. Like I'm the cause of many vents. I'm sure, but
Yeah.
this is how we all get along. This is how we all make it okay to get through. So you're not alone. However many vents you cause or exhale, we're with you.
All right.
And yeah,
Comment.
vent this is therapy, Gary says. And he's right. It is.
Oh, Christ, I hope not. Uh,
Jesus.
comment number two. I just decided I can't drive and listen to Ventthis at the same time. It's too
Love it.
ridiculous and hilarious. Keep them coming. Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
We should, you know what? Best comment ever given, in my opinion. Of all
Yeah.
comments yet to date, that is
If
the best comment.
we have to start giving out, you're right, like our baseball caps for the best
Yeah.
vent and the best
Yeah.
comment. Agreed.
How
Okay.
about that person, whoever you are that wrote that in, you write in and let us know who you are and we'll send you a hat.
Yeah.
That was the best comment. You're telling us you're not safe to drive because of the physical reaction you have to our humor. That is fucking awesome.
And especially
Wow.
since Paul is a comedian, he knows what it feels like to
Oh,
audience get his jokes.
oh,
Great.
I will sleep better tonight knowing that was said. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I hope that we even have a good enough variety of jerks out there that I hope 4 different people write in saying that that was them. And we won't know who it was.
All right.
Yeah. You can write in to the text and voicemail 818-570-2535, or you can email us too.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have one more comment,
Yeah, we
Chrissy?
do. One
Bring it
more.
on. I mean, I feel bad for this comment because it's going to pale in comparison, but
Oh, yeah. Ventus confirms we are all a little bit wacky in a good way, especially Chris and Paul. All right. They must have partners with a great deal of patience and humor
oh,
because they can be really strange. Oh, come on.
totally agree.
How
Really,
are we
Chrissy?
strange?
Oh, come on. Only the strangest person would ask how they're strange.
Okay, maybe. All right. So maybe we're a little strange. All right.
I love it. Yeah. No. And I mean, but we're not without story.
Mm-hmm.
As I've said, that's what it all comes down to. I've said it
Yeah.
before. I think I said it on here. It's the only thing life is really boils down to.
Yeah.
What kind of a story do you have? What kind of story are you living? Straight line, boring. No one cares. Rich or poor, if it's
Yeah.
boring. Yeah. We keep it lively, the 3 of us. And I'm sure sound engineer Gary keeps his wife on her toes too.
For
I'm
sure.
sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And vice versa. Yeah. All right. Well, this has been fun, Paul. I
Hasn't it?
enjoyed it again.
I always
Dr.
do.
Roseberry, thank you for your therapy.
Oh, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Hey, how many people have you ever met who told you, I used to go to therapy and because my life was really going in a bad way. I went to my therapist and then it all got fixed. And now I don't have to go to a therapist anymore, and I feel great. I think therapists are kind of, some are good, some are not.
Right. Like
You
anything.
know, yeah, like anything. So I mean, hey, the idea that you can get good advice from a neighbor, I think that that's older than medicine itself.
I agree.
You
I'm
know,
with you.
yeah, and that's us. We're good neighbors from a distance. That's what we like. Good fences make good neighbors. The
Well,
vent
don't
this
forget
fence.
to look at your neighbors. That's us on YouTube. Don't forget to call your neighbor. That's us at 818-570-2535. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. Like us, love us. Maybe we're codependent. I don't know. Just watch us.
Yeah, we want to be in your head.
Yeah, we want
That's
to
what we
mess
wanna
with
be.
your head.
We want to mess with your head. We want to be in your house. We want to be in your head, and we want to be in your thoughts. That's what we want. Just like Kim Jong-un with his speaker box.
Jesus.
That's what we want. Yeah.
All right, it's time to say goodbye, Paul.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't though?
it is.
For all of our good.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Toodaloo.